Afternoon, guys. I am videoing from the not so sunny Disneyland Paris, France. Uh, Currently today it is torrential rain, but luckily it's only been today. So I've had the opportunity to sit down and do my video. So I'm going to talk to you about my first week, which went really well. I lost 4.7 pounds, so about 4.5 pounds. Food wise, whilst I was at home, I followed the food plan 100%. A little bit more trickier towards the end because we were getting ready to come to Disney. But I still tried to stay within my calories and try to make more mindful food options. And it showed because I still lost weight. In regards to my protein goals, again stuck to that, and again not so much towards the end, but tried my best. Fluid intake, again stuck to that all week, but it again was a bit more trickier towards the end because I find that if I'm out all day, I sort of forget to drink. I find it a lot easier at work because I got the bottle by me, the toilet's within walking distance, so I drink a lot more when I'm sat at my desk than when I'm out and about. Exercise wise, not so great. I got all my steps in, which was good. And towards the end I doubled my step allowance, which was really good. But in regards to the sort of strengthening exercises, I did really struggle. I managed to get one session in, partly poor planning, partly time issues, partly having not really exercised in that sort of way for a long time, so feeling quite nervous, worried I didn't have the right size weights. Tried to do the exercise in the evening when I was tired. That's the one area I think this week that I really need to kind of home in on when I get back from Monday. So yeah, generally I was really super happy with that first week. I think it was just sort of coming away that sort of nerved me a little bit, but yeah, I stuck within it as well as I could, and it certainly showed on the scales. So my week ahead, I'm planning to not be too strict with it because I'm on holiday, but also trying to be mindful. So I'm going to try and stay as much as I can within my calories, not worry too much about protein, although we are planning on going for a food shop in France because we're staying in a lodge. So I'm kind of in control with a lot of the meals, although we are going to be eating out once or twice, so that, that'll be our little treats. So I'm hoping that they do protein products in France, not just obviously meat and cheese and what have you. So yeah, let's just hope that I can stick within it. I know from a exercise point of view, I'm going to be smashing my steps because it's Disneyland. It's huge. That I've spoken to the girls about the exercise side of things, the strengthening, and we said, well, this week we'll just leave it and focus on that when I get back. So yeah, I think water is a big thing, trying to keep that up. I think my biggest problem is I'm a bit of a Coke Zero addict. I do tend to drink a lot of it, and I know that is what impedes on my fluid intake. If I drink less of that, I'm more inclined to drink more water. But I'm like most people, find water quite boring after a while, so maybe I need to have more squash, perhaps. What else can we talk about for the first week? Just trying to think. So some people weigh weekly, some daily. So this week I did weigh daily, because to an extent I'd like to track my trends. I had one day where it did spike a little bit, and I had a reflective period and thought, oh, what could that be? And I think it was because I hadn't drunk. I've literally only drank like 1 litre of water, which is not enough. So the next day I increased it and actually lost again. So Some people like to weigh daily because it helps them understand the peaks and troughs. Some people become a bit obsessive of it. I have to say it is frustrating when you do have a gain and you can't quite figure it out. I find when you gain when you're on holiday, it's totally different. It's to take it with a pinch of salt, because the thing is, you're completely out of your routine. Your body's doing all sorts of different things. Like, for instance, this week I've done a lot more sort of walking. I know I'm not supposed to talk about this week in this video, but just briefly. I've done a lot more walking, but also I've not been drinking as much, and my diet's different. So you know, it's going to affect the scales, but we'll talk about that next week. Anyway, I think that's enough from me. I hope I rambled on long enough. And let's, fingers crossed, that the holiday doesn't impact the scales too much this week. I'm hoping for at least a maintain. I'd be pretty gutted if I put on, because it's only my second week, but I know I've been, you know, it's constantly in the back of my mind to be mindful and not overeat. So I'm hoping that shows. Okay guys, bye for now.